Hey, and welcome to Surviving Stroke. This is Chris. I'm a 2011 stroke survivor. And what I wanted to talk about today is what happens when you realize you leave the hospital and you're trying to get outpatient care and there just isn't not much for you to do. So, really, what my wife and I did was we came up with a lot of, I don't know if I want to call them creative, but different types of therapy for me to help me get better. And the first one I'm going to mention is acupuncture. I mean, I used to go to acupuncture for pain for years, but then when I had my stroke, he wanted to treat me immediately. My my acupuncturist, he says that if you can get to a person having a stroke when he's having a stroke, you can cure that person 100%. But because I was in the hospital would not let him in. So he couldn't treat me until I left the hospital. So a month after I left the hospital, I got to go to him for treatment for my stroke, uh, everything that happened to my paralysis and such. So he put needles along my entire left side. So I had needles on my face because my face drooped, had needles on my left arm, had needles on my left leg. Um, he started the process of getting me back to recovery. If you've never had acupuncture before, in my opinion, it typically does not hurt. But for a stroke, one of the places he puts needles at on my scalp, and needles on the scalp actually really hurt, and your head just does pounds. But he put some in my face because he wanted to wake up my face. Um, I swear, when you look at the needles, how long they are, and you see him stick the needles in your face, you think, "Shit, this is going to go right through my face." But they didn't, and those actually worked rather quickly. I think I was treated on my face like within 3 sessions. But for my arm and my leg, that has taken a long time. And a lot of it for him, he's just saying he's trying to keep my arm from adhesion taking place, which is where the muscle fibers just grow together and they become stiff. And then once that happens, you just start to lose movement. And he was trying to avoid my shoulder from slowly just separating from the joint, which happens to a lot of stroke survivors if they don't get treated for this kind of stuff. So he actually treats me every Saturday. I go to him for acupuncture. He, to this day, we're talking about, what, 15 years later, and he's still treating me because my legs have gotten so much better. They're not quite the same size, both the left and the right side, but he's done a lot of work with them. My foot still droops, so we need a lot of work with that. Um, he's managed to keep me from getting adhesion in my left arm, but my left hand really does not work all that great. But we're still trying. I mean, it's a lot of work, and I can only afford to go once a week because acupuncture is not covered by our insurance, and so we go to him privately to pay for it. So it's kind of expensive. So I can only go once a week, and also because I still work. Again, I don't have the time, like I said, with the physical therapy, just to go at any time of the day. Um, that is, in my opinion, I think that's half of my improvement has been through acupuncture. The other half of my improvement has been I, I found this personal trainer that specializes in people that have had like brain damage or other other things happen to them, and so she has tailored my weekly training to improve my left side and to make both sides balance. And I've been with her since 2012, and I feel like there's a lot of improvement working with her as well. If you go to my YouTube page, I mean, there's some videos we posted from the past and kind of showing like what we've done together. Um, and I still go to her because I feel like she's making a lot of improvement too. But the one thing you'll start to notice is that improvement is slow. If you think that you're going to get well within 6 months or a year, that really depends on a couple of factors, like how young you are and also how hard you work. and at what age did you have a stroke? So a lot of these factors are going to determine how quickly you recover, if you ever recover at all. So a lot of it has to be you. Um, we've tried other things that have helped me. Like, strangely enough, um, we kind of played with a golf putter, and that was really helpful with helping me twist my body. Um, that was one of my favorite things we did for training. One of the weird things that we had to do that was really, really helpful is that I had to give up going to amusement parks because they were afraid that, because I'm on blood thinners, that I can cause brain damage. But once I finally got the clearance to go to amusement park, my trainer and I, we had to train. Um, Again, you don't think about this until you have a freaking stroke, but I had to train how to get in and out of certain rides. For example, like getting on Pirates of the Caribbean, you had to like walk down into a boat, or getting onto a log ride, you have to train how to get in and out of a fake log. And people, if you don't have a stroke, you don't understand that. That there's a lot of weird things that you do in your daily life, but when you have a stroke, that a lot of that is much more complicated and difficult. So that requires a lot of training. We did that. I was able to go to amusement parks, had no trouble at all. Um, which is the whole of the story, just how amusement parks treat you when you have a stroke. Um, some are really good, some are not. So you really have to like read the reviews and what people say about how they're treated at amusement parks if they're stroke survivors, because it does make a difference in like how much you enjoy going there. But again, my whole point of this episode is to not give up. If traditional methods of treatment are just not working for you, find the alternatives and dabble with them, see if they work or not. Um, and that's going to be it. I'm going to keep this episode short because I need to get to work. Um, thank you for listening. Please subscribe and make comments, preferably positive comments, because again, for stroke survivors, we need to have that positivity or we'll never get better. But thank you so much for listening. See you next time.